Zohran Mamdani is single-handedly dragging New York City in the wrong direction. And now, it seems like people across the city are starting to push back. We're seeing protests, community pushback, residents showing up to town hall meetings, because folks are starting to realize what this guy really stands for and who he's working for. Welcome back. And if you're new, this is going to be a good one, so make sure you like, comment, and consider subscribing for daily news updates. It means the world to me. And don't forget to share. There are two main points I want to touch on. The first, his insane anti-police policies and his free stuff agenda. Mamdani has made it clear that he wants to weaken the NYPD. He pushes for cuts, restrictions, and limitations, basically tying the hands of the people that keep New Yorkers safe. Meanwhile, crime is still a daily reality for many neighborhoods. It's easy to say defund the police when you live in a nice and safe area, not when you're the one who has to close their store late at night or you have to walk home in the dark. Mamdani is a democratic socialist, and you can see it in everything that he does. He promises free housing, free transit, free healthcare, free programs, free everything, right? But the catch is, none of it is actually free. The New Yorkers are paying for it. Small businesses are paying for it. Working families are paying for it. And what happens when you tax a small business to the ground? They leave, they close, or they downsize. Jobs will disappear. And it's the same pattern in every socialist experiment. Let's start with this clip of protesters in NYC speaking their truth about Mamdani.
9/11, never forget. 9/11, never forget. Zohran Mamdani and his father, Mamdani, are both anti-Semites, communists, who equally hate America. Like father, like son, they pose a significant danger to the safety of New York City and America. I asked President Donald J. Trump to ban Sharia law in America, in Puerto Rico, and across all U.S. territories.
You don't like our laws? Get the fuck out of America!
Assimilate or leave. This is not hate. What we say is with truth and love. We will not be silent. You will not use the Constitution against us. You will not use your religion against us. Practice your religion, but it's not going to supersede America, the Constitution, and the people that we are. We love the melting pot. This is America, and it's going to stay that way. If you can't assimilate, you got to go. That's it. You got to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
No communismo. No to communismo. No to communismo.
No communists. No communists. We want the police. We need you guys. We need the police. No communists. We need the police.
I'm at President Donald J. Trump. I asked President Donald J. Trump to revoke the citizenship of Zohran Mamdani and his father, Mamdani. Have them removed from America as soon as possible. Thank you. God bless New York and God bless America. USA.
We can see protesters speaking from the heart. The man speaking is sharing how Mamdani and his father are communists. And he even asked President Trump to revoke the citizenship of Mamdani so that he can't be here anymore to do any of this. The lady that went after him, she shared that we need the police. We need to have them here. And if you look in the background, you can also see the signs they have up, talking about bringing the police back and not letting a Sharia law be in America. They feel like those politicians in Mamdani are forcing and taking their religion and putting it into the country and the city, changing the way the balance of New York has been. Another thing one of the ladies said was that everyone needs to get on board. They have to understand the rules of our Constitution and America. And if not, she said they shouldn't be here. Next, I want to look at former Mayor Rudy Giuliani speaking on the matter. Take a look at this.
You don't have enough damn respect for the people who died and suffered because of 9/11 to tell the truth about it? What the hell are you doing running for mayor of anything? You do not have enough decency, Mamdani, to tell the truth about 9/11, and you want to be mayor of New York City? Because in what you said and in the elaborate lie you made up. You dishonored not only the memory of all who died on September 11, but of all who suffered from September 11, who lost fathers and mothers and uncles and brothers and best friends, who almost died themselves and who are suffering now with illnesses that will take their lives. And that's the final word on you, Mamdani.
The way that the speech went of Mamdani about 9/11, it wasn't right at all. It disrespected the memory of the people who lost their lives and the people who were affected and suffered from it, such as the family members and people who were survivors of it. Then to have made up that alleged lie about his aunt, that's another way to almost disrespect the people who lost their lives in that tragedy. He makes it clear that in his opinion, he feels that if someone doesn't have the decency to be honorable and show that respect to their memory, they don't deserve to be mayor, and that he should be banned from it. He shouldn't be allowed to continue the race for mayor of New York. I want to look at Governor Ron DeSantis saying that Florida could really be the next move for NYPD officers if Mamdani wins the election. Watch this.
To come back and bite the city. He is so far left, and he mixes his leftism with Islamism. He's going to make the de Blasio years look like the golden age. And I can tell you in Florida, we're affected by this just with the law enforcement alone. If you're working at NYPD, do you want to go out there and risk your life knowing that the mayor hates you? No, a lot of them are not going to want to do that. And in Florida, we've established a $5,000 recruitment bonus. So if you are somebody that doesn't want to serve under that guy as mayor, you come to Florida, any state or local law enforcement agency, you get $5,000.
We can see the governor explaining that the NYPD officers, they're in a bad situation almost. And it's not just affecting New York, it's also starting to affect Florida. But what they're doing about it is they're flipping it. They're saying, why would you risk your life and be out there policing for a mayor that hates you? No one wants to do that. So what does he recommend? He tells them they can come to Florida, any city, any town, any part of Florida, and become a part of their law enforcement agencies. And they'll also get a $5,000 bonus on top. So that just shows you just how bad or unreasonable Mamdani's laws and policies are being, that it's affecting people's livelihoods where they're up and ready to move away. That is hundreds of miles away, New York to Florida, but they're willing to do it because of his actions. So that says a lot about Mamdani. Lastly, I want to look at this Newsmax clip of a Florida officer speaking on the matter. Take a look at this.
Barbarians are no longer at the gate, they're inside. And I think Democrats got us so focused on illegal immigration, we weren't looking at all of the people who are coming here who do not share our values, who do not want to integrate into our society and do not want to assimilate. And Mamdani, having just moved here 8 years ago, is a great example of that, become a citizen. Look, it is clear with much of what I have read that he did not meet the definition to gain citizenship. And given that we've seen an investigation in Minneapolis where they looked at 1,000 people and they found 500 engaged in immigration fraud, I think we need to look and see who was allowed to come into this country. And if they do not share our values and they were not honest, they need to be sent home. And I think that's
in that clip, that officer does make a good point. He says that the Democrats have taken all of our focus on the undocumented migrants, but we're not focusing on the legal immigrants who are already here. His question and his statement is that Mamdani is a prime example. Mamdani only got here 8 years ago. Before that, he wasn't a part of America. He wasn't considered the American people. That officer's main point is saying that if you're going to come to America and gain citizenship, that means that you actually want to be a part of America, you love it, you want to embrace it, and make it yourself. What he's saying that Mamdani is doing is that he's trying to change it. He doesn't want to adopt the American values. He wants to change it from his own far left side and Islamic side. And he believes that there needs to be checks done on all of the legal immigrants here to see, are they here for the right reasons? And if not, to denaturalize them and deport them back to their home. And mind you, this is an actual Florida officer speaking. So who knows? He's the one that's down there seeing how his life can change too with the influx of officers that potentially can come there. And the influx of New Yorkers who are going to move to Florida as well. He's right there in the mix to kind of see it all happen. And for me, knowing that he's only been here for 8 years, I don't see that as enough time for him to actually be able to fully embrace the American values, to fully understand what it means to be an American. We have so many other policies with presidency and Congress of having to have lived in America for years or have been born here on American soil to hold certain positions. And for him, I don't feel like he qualifies to that level yet of what it truly means to be an American to make some of these decisions, especially the free stuff agenda that is still going to cost money. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on KW Lawaholic.